Contemplation, in a sense, is a way of reflecting, seeing, looking to see the truth of things. Especially if you need a stimulus, you need a kind of an inspiration, you need some kind of food for thought. In Buddhist teachings, for this reason, we have the teachings, which are kind of, as you begin to listen to the teachings, and you begin to hear the truth, because truth is within, and it has, you've been feeling that, but when what you've been feeling has been articulated in such a wonderful way, sometimes people think, okay, there are two things. Sometimes people think when you come to a teaching or something, you must hear something absolutely new. They get extremely disappointed if they hear something, but I've been thinking this myself. You see, that's where people are wrong, because in a sense, if you've not been thinking, then what can we say that you can understand? I could very well be talking of Tibetan. See, in a sense, what's wonderful thing about it is that many people say, but this is what I've been feeling all the time. I've not been able to put into words. I've not been able to put into context. You know, some people think I thought I was weird. Thought I was crazy. I thought I was nuts. But I didn't realize that you could kind of, these things are okay. So when you begin to hear the truth, listen to the truth and hear the truth within, and then when you begin to relate that to your life, then it first what we call the wisdom of hearing, listening, then wisdom of the contemplation, which is more assimilating. That's the contemplation. When you're relating and when it begins to fit not only in you but in life. And it's like when the key is a little fresh, new cut key. You begin to, you need kind of a little special trick if your way to open it. So that's the contemplation, to relate. But the real contemplation comes when no longer it's a philosophy or theory, like a patch, but it becomes really part of something. Then its contemplation has been fully realized. Whereas meditation is just simply resting in that. Meditation can be two. Meditation as a practice of quietly resting your mind, finding your own inner natural state of clarity, calmness. Or else what you have contemplated and the fruition of that contemplation when you put it into action is meditation. Two ways. Okay. So sometimes we call that the wisdom, the word for wisdom in Sanskrit is jnana, in Tibetan is yeshe, which means something that, ye means from the very beginning, primordially. He is known. Something you know from the very beginning, but temporarily been forgotten or obscured. But through three tools, known as the wisdom tool of hearing or listening, and contemplation and meditation, are three ways in which to rediscover wisdom. First, when you listen and you hear the truth, then you hear the truth in life, then you contemplate. That's the second part. Then lastly, meditation. If I were to relate in a Christian sense, is that contemplation may be when you start reflecting on the life of Christ, meditating on his life, and reflecting on different events. That's kind of contemplation. Meditation is when you are not occupied with thoughts, not ideas, not following, but just simply resting in the natural state with the beginner's mind. That's meditation. Allowing, it's like a glass of muddy water. If you let it still, then the dirt will settle on its own accord. In a sense, the reason why we are disturbed is because we don't allow to settle. Our fundamental state is not disease. Not disease. It's only the way we have done. The dis-ease in which we live in creates the disease. Fundamental state is therefore ease. In the higher teachings of Buddhism, we use the state of great rest. The rest in what? Rest in your own nature. Rest in the light. Rest in your goodness. Rest in the love.